Hey, what's up, y'all? Ch16 here. This is going to be my Mandalorian Season 2, the finale, a spoiler discussion. If you clicked on the video and you have not seen the final episode of The Mandalorian Season 2 yet, I implore you to click off the video. This is going to be extremely spoiler heavy, but we're going to get into spoilers relatively early here. So I'll give you a second to click off the video. Still hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Okay, let's get started, man. Every once in a while, myself as just a natural fan of geek stuff, like anime, cartoons, movies, so on and so forth. Like every once in a while, you experience something that just makes you really take a step back. You just think to yourself, wow. I'm witnessing something really special here. This is just something that's going to be remembered and played out and played through over and over again for the next 40 years, or at least for the rest of my lifetime. The season finale of The Mandalorian, Season 2, is the entire episode is just one of those, it will be one of those fiction stories that just last forever. I can't even begin to express the amount of joy that I got from this episode. I haven't even gotten to the spoilers yet, but just from every character, from Mando himself, the child, Grugo, Moff Gideon, Cara Dune, Boba Fett, everyone that was showcased in this episode had their own time to shine in the spotlight, and I loved it. I truly did. So of course, if you clicked on this video and you know about the spoilers, you know that the main hero of the entire Star Wars franchise, Luke Skywalker, made a cameo appearance. I don't even know if I want to call it a cameo. I don't even think I can call it a cameo. He's an integral part of the story now. He ended up being the Jedi that Grugo called out to in the previous episode. He answered the call and came in and saved the day. That moment when he arrived on his X-Wing, that right there, God's honest truth, man. That right there, that easily made my top 5 favorite Star Wars moments of all time across every movie, every show, every comic, every fan-made movie, every anything. That's top 5, brother. Seeing Luke Skywalker take down a squadron of robot stormtroopers. It was just, I wasn't born in the 70s or the 80s. I was born in 88, so, the original trilogy was already out. So Luke Skywalker was already who he was by the time I was born. So I didn't get to experience his story until, like I said, after, the Disney trilogy and the Anakin Skywalker trilogy. So really just to see him in his full Master Jedi glory. Because even in The Empire Strikes Back, you really just don't get to see that. He takes on Boba Fett and a few stormtroopers, so on and so forth. He takes on Darth Vader. But, it's back in the 80s, so the choreography is not really where you want it to be. But even with that, the story is still amazing. But just being able to see his character with the amazing lightsaber choreography, not the clunky Disney trilogy lightsaber fights between Rey and Kylo Ren. This definitely looked more akin to an Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, episode 3, episode 2 lightsaber combat mastery. It was absolutely stunning. I couldn't, maybe just being a bit biased because I just love the character so much, but just seeing him twirl around, utilize the Force beautifully, it's just between this and Ahsoka Tano, whose display, it's just the Mandalorian. I will have a hard time understanding how anyone will be able to argue not liking the Mandalorian and still claim that you're a Star Wars fan. Like, it's impossible at this point. It's impossible. Like, I understand now. I fully understand and am aware of why original trilogy Star Wars fans dislike the Disney trilogy so much. What they did to Luke Skywalker's character, what they did to his personality, going from the charismatic optimist that he was in Return of the Jedi, turning him into the old hermit, no passion, no faith, just a lost old man. What they did to him in The Last Jedi is unforgivable. And I am fully on board. I am fully on board with Disney allowing Jon Favreau to write his own version of a sequel trilogy. I would not be upset if they just separated it into two different timelines and had just the movies on this side and the TV show continuation of the story on the other side. I would be within full support of that. How do y'all feel about that? I would be within full support of continuing the story without the mentioning of the sequel trilogy and just see where that goes, having Favreau and Filoni write the story. Like, I'm that passionate about it now. Like, I fully believe that needs to happen, because seeing him interact with Grugo and being able to see the Mando's face again, just the emotional connection and impact that everybody had around each other towards the end of the episode, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I haven't even begun to talk about Moff Gideon yet. Moff Gideon, cool villain. He wielded the Darksaber pretty effectively against the Mando. I feel like if I had to gripe about anything, I guess there was never really a point in the episode when I felt like anybody was threatened. I felt that one of the robot troopers gave the Mando a better fight than Gideon did. But I guess that's to be expected. Gideon is not a force wielder, so I guess that makes sense. But I thought it was a really cool aspect that they had planned for Bo-Katan to take on Moff Gideon while they were in the ship. But hey man, stuff happens. And even though, that the Mando agreed to give the Darksaber to Bo-Katan, she's not allowed to take it because she didn't defeat Moff Gideon in combat. So I had forgotten that from the Clone Wars cartoon series, that it's their rule that whoever defeats the previous leader or wielder of the Darksaber, that's who leads the Mandalorians. There was a whole arc about that with Darth Maul. I completely had forgotten about that throughout the episode, so that's really cool that they still incorporated that old Star Wars lingo into the live action series as well. It's so good, man. That's great Star Wars storytelling that appeals to all of the fans that have been following the story for years. I wish Dragon Ball Z would learn a thing or two about holding together storylines even from years past. Now, I do want to talk about this face scan that they had on the actor that portrayed Luke Skywalker. I couldn't tell if that was an actual actor, or that if that was just his face, or if they had an actor and kind of digitized a young Mark Hamill onto the body of the actor. Because it was definitely a different voice. That definitely was not Mark Hamill's voice. So I'm assuming that they just had a whole nother actor portray Luke Skywalker. And that wasn't Sebastian Stan either, who we all thought who portrayed the Winter Soldier that kind of looks like a Mark Hamill. We thought that he might portray a Luke Skywalker, but I would assume he's too busy with the Falcon and Winter Soldier series right now. So I guess that's out out of the water. It looks like this is our new Luke Skywalker. So I'm fine with it. I was fine with his portrayal, honestly. It always brings warmth to the soul to hear R2-D2 again traveling along with Luke Skywalker. I missed that so much in the sequel trilogy. I just didn't understand another part of that, why R2 was not with Luke when he was in his exile. That never made any sense to me. He was always a companion of Luke. That always seems so crazy to me. And I know I'm jumping around here, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to compel my thoughts to really get out a good feeling of how I felt about the whole episode, the whole arc. It was brilliant, man. Also, I love the fact that they tried to tease that Bo-Katan might have to fight the Mando to get the Darksaber from him. But I don't know, I was looking at Bo-Katan's face throughout that scene, and I feel like I get the feeling that she was thinking, can I even beat this guy? I'm not going to take him on right now because I just don't think that's a good business decision. Let's wait it out, study his moves a little bit more, then we'll go from there. Okay, so now to kind of switch gears again, let's play devil's advocate. If for some reason they do continue to try to seem like the Disney sequel trilogy is connected to how it's just connected to everything, I absolutely refuse to believe that Grogu is going to be one of the Jedi Padawans that Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren take down when Ben Solo turns to the dark side. No, that is not going to be acceptable. So it's going to have to be a whole nother storyline that explains that, because that's not going to cut it. That is not going to cut it. I don't know what they're going to do to explain that. Maybe that will be the storyline for season 3, but I'm sure Favreau and Filoni will develop a super cool idea to let these characters continue within the universe. Also wanted to talk about Cara Dune for a bit too. The opening scene to the episode, absolutely beautiful. I know I'm late. I'm talked for like 10 minutes already. Now I'm just now talking about the beginning of the episode. Shut up. But having those, TIE fighters, people or whatever, really decide to talk stuff to Cara about Alderaan, really? Just to see her face when people really try to say that she's a horrible actress. Dude, it's time to let that craziness go. She's great, man. She really is. She acted that scene beautifully. Just put your gun down. Last time I'm gonna tell you. That scene was great. Blew that dude's brains out. Oh yeah. Well, I did wonder what the heck happened to the scientist dude that was taking the blood from Grogu. That was never really explained what happened to him. I guess he's in jail too, I would assume. So, yeah. I just think it's amazing that Mando is just so fully stacked with weapons now. I mean, he's in control of the Beskar bow staff, his flamethrower, the firecrackers, shooty things, and now the Darksaber as well. I would be shocked if that does not become his primary weapon. I cannot wait to see him really fully utilize that in season 3. So sad that doesn't come out until next year, Christmas 2021. Oh, God. I don't know how I'm going to be able to handle myself. So sad, man. But yeah, I'm so excited for the future of this show. This is still Disney Plus's #1 show. This is the greatest thing that has happened to Star Wars since The Empire Strikes Back. I would debate that with anybody. Yes, it's better than the entire sequel trilogy. And to finish us off, now Star Wars has even got a little slice of Marvel in them too. The after credit scene to the Mandalorian. Holy crap. Getting to see Boba Fett be epic once again. Taking out that whole crew of of like slugs and slimies and whatever else, and taking that throne, and just so good. It's so good, man. Thank you Favreau and Filoni for that. That's just so beautiful, man. Absolutely just perfect. Just a few hiccups in the episode here and there, honestly just nitpicks, but just the entire season, the only episode that I felt was kind of weak, was probably in agreement with everybody, was that spider episode. Really the only episode where I was like, definitely the weak point here. Other than that, every episode was damn near perfection. Yeah, This is definitely my favorite show on any accolade of TV right now, and I cannot wait for season 3. Because hopefully, I'm here when it comes out. God. All right, man. That's gonna do it. So if you like the video, if you love Star Wars, if you love The Mandalorian, you know what to do. Hit that like button. I have a ton of figures to buy. I have such a ton of... I need every character from this show. I need every character. So look forward to reviews of all those action figures. Oh, yeah. You can follow me at youtube.com/Marjack79. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next one. I will catch you guys later. Bye.